I feel it all around.
I can feel it coming over me. I can feel it all around me because we are back, baby, and we're indestructible. That's
Jesus.
right.
Wow.
I won't let nobody break me down.
We're indestructible now. Okay.
Bam, 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 bam.
Nothing's gonna stop me now.
Stop.
Bam.
I know I find my way. Anywho, welcome back to the SFXX Podcast Budget Edition, because we said fuck having video up because we still in the process of life, and we haven't got to the part where we can. I don't even remember the Life board game to make the joke funny.
He dropped the video camera in the toilet.
First off, that's not funny because it didn't happen, and if it did, we probably would never be doing a show anytime soon.
Yeah, you're right.
Steve would kick my ass.
I would totally kick your ass.
He's like, how the fuck do you drop the... Why was it near the toilet?
Why was it anywhere in there?
I was trying to videotape myself pooping. I'm sorry.
I got a phone. Why the fuck would I use a computer?
I was trying to do something new. Oh, that's my impersonation of you.
My impersonation of you is
Because I get a big nose.
fucking nostril with feet. Anywho, with us today is always the illustrious cast of quality jackasses. Foxy Steve.
Yo, what's going on? Have a towel and a pet a towel. It's like a putty tang. Anyway, continue.
Got you. Okay. Thanks, I guess.
I have the giggles.
Yeah, the giggles. Okay. Fucking stand
Also
Steve.
with us is Simply Davey,
Hey.
the one and only. Thank you for making that short and sweet and not trying to put like...
I do, because I'm too busy laughing. Fucking giggles. I'm sorry, I'm so silly today.
Like that librarian mom from the library. He was like,
Oh my God.
Couldn't stop laughing.
Quick story. We went to the library a few weeks back for an event, and I was checking out a book, which I need to return sometime this week. And this librarian could not stop laughing at her coworker who was just getting talked at by some old man who was just not getting paid attention at all. He was like, yeah, you know, I rent books and I try and read them to my kids, but my kids ain't around, and sometimes I just read them to myself out loud and pretend they there.
Ew.
And the dude was just sitting there blank face. He didn't say a word to him. He didn't, like, continue on and, like, acknowledge he was there. He was just doing his job. Okay, this book's gonna be due back. It was just, and the dude just wouldn't shut up.
Oh, wow.
That's the reason why she was laughing, because she couldn't stop laughing because of the people next to us. And I was trying to be polite and not fucking laugh, because that shit was hysterical.
I would laugh. Fuck that.
That motherfucker had the straightest face, like, I'm going to kill myself because this son of a bitch won't shut
Well,
up.
old people, they're so talkative.
You have no idea how talkative this motherfucker was. You was in space, Steve was behind me, and I was just listening to this dude jabber on about nothing in a library. And it's like he was done with business and would not leave. It's like, God damn.
But well, maybe he doesn't have any friends.
Who cares?
The books are his friends. The pages, the stories, and the letters.
And the IVs in his veins. the catheter shoved up his dick.
Well,
And that old nurse named Vanessa that keeps going in and scrubbing his balls.
Only to steal his money.
I was trying to make it whimsical, but now.
No, this is real life, goddammit.
Okay, it just went from funny to depressing. Can we just move on, please?
Oh, sure.
I feel bad for
in
this
other
old guy.
news, because now we're finally going to get back on topic to what we do. Satoru Iwata died
Rest in peace, Iwata.
Rest in peace.
because Davey wanted to go on something less depressing.
Something less depressing. That old man. So we go from an old man to a legend passing away untimely.
Untimely.
At that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figure I might as well hit Davey's soft spot while it hurts.
Yeah, thanks. I feel so much better.
So Iwata-san is one of the key members of Nintendo, or was in this tense, and he was a visionary, old Asian,
Not that old. He was like 55.
old enough, and he brought smiles everywhere through development, through presses, everything. An overall nice guy who just loved video games, worked his way up through the company, And it was definitely one of the saddest things to hear it pass because it was definitely left field.
Yeah, the thing I loved the most about him was that he was, I guess it was a double-edged sword, but the best thing about him was that he was a programmer. He wasn't just a business guy. He loved games. His life was games. And so that is who was running a games company, which made a lot of sense. You know, for all the missteps with 3DS initially and the Wii U, there's so much he did that was good. It's ridiculous. Like without Iwata, the entire gaming industry would be completely different.
Yeah.
Very, very different. Yeah.
Wow. Wise words from Davey. Just
I know, right?
I'm disagreeing.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all I got.
So I will say it'll be interesting to see.
It's almost
what
like,
happens.
why are you here? If that's all.
What are you doing here?
I will say this:
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. Because right now, Shigeru Miyamoto and another guy, his name is Takeda, Takeda-san, is co-running Nintendo, and while they figure out who they're going to have take his place, and like the whatever trajectory they're on now is what they're on. Like whatever the NX is going to be and moving forward, and all this other stuff with mobile games, that stuff's set in stone. Like they're not going to just go turn a sharp left turn because Iwata's gone.
Oh yeah, man, the show must go on.
So we'll have to see where things go from there. Who they may already even have somebody in place because Nintendo knew his health wasn't that great long before anybody else did.
Well, what was his health complications?
Cancer.
Cancer. Oh,
Yeah, some sort of, it was called a bile duct growth, which is a kind of a tumor that happens near your intestines, I believe it was, and he just kept having complications. And he wasn't at E3 last year, wasn't at E3 this year.
Yeah.
We haven't actually seen him live at all since this happened. It's always been pre-done recordings, so. Nintendo may already even have somebody in place already. They just haven't announced anything yet, so we just have to see how that goes.
Well, with that being said, I think it's only right that we take a second to remember Iwata with a brief moment of silence. All right. Thank you, Iwata, for everything. The show must go on. Nintendo will never forget you, and neither will its fans. Moving on to something less depressing is Konami and Kojima.
Terrible.
God damn.
What the hell is going on over there?
I have it labeled under my notes as Konami cross Kojima because it's basically a fight-off. I don't know who's winning in this battle of fisticuffs. Either it's going to be the Foxhounds or it's going to be fucking Castlevania, I guess. I don't really know at this point.
You know, it feels like Konami is trying to get out of video games because they do have other businesses in Japan.
Well, the thing is, they have video games to fall on. I think they're moving more towards mobile, and probably in that vein, because mobile, you can make so much money. You don't have to do a whole lot of work. You can even port old titles, generate money, put downloadable content in it. Like, I have an app on my phone called JukeBeat, which is like a popular... excuse me. It's a popular music and rhythm game in Japan. I've played it in like cons and stuff, and it's like little cubes or whatever it is, and you press the cubes in time with the music, and it's on your phone, and you can get music packs for like $3.99 a piece, and they have like American music, J-pop. They even have Konami classic music. Unfortunately, I just remember a lot of Konami's music kind of sucks, except for like Castlevania.
That's really it. and
there's only literally one Castlevania song in one of those music packs, so it's kind of very hit or miss. But I can see them going more towards mobile, because why not? I mean, that's money.
Yeah, that's money, and I feel like maybe they had issue with Kojima spending a lot of money because these things, his projects are always big, and they always take all this time with voice actors and performance and this and that, so they're always these big, ambitious projects.
Sounds like a perfectionist.
Yeah, he's a visionary.
Oh, yeah.
He's not a guy that just does it to do it. He has a strict vision behind everything he does. Granted, I remember when Grand Theft Auto 5 was coming out, and Kojima was just blown away by what it could do, and he was taken aback.
I remember that. Yeah.
As if like his projects are just subpar compared to
it. Yeah, he was like, oh no, Metal Gear 5 isn't going to look as good as this. Oh no.
I think it was trolling
better,
though.
but
Wasn't he trolling though?
No, he was serious.
I seriously thought he was.
Yeah, he says stuff he shouldn't say sometimes like that. And then like they re-released Grand Theft Auto 5, and then he again was like, "Oh, now that they re-released it, like, I'm like, your game looks great.
It looks good, man.
It's still an open world. It has a very different feel from Grand Theft Auto. All the character models look way better because you don't have to do mind-numbingly generic characters over and over. The scenery looks amazing. Your cutscenes look amazing. It's like
the features, like, my God, we'll talk more about Metal Gear.
It's like Kojima. Your game looks fine. You shouldn't have any worries.
My question is, what could have happened that was so severe to have his name removed from all the marketing, his name removed from in-game on a lot of things? I mean, that just seems almost like vindictive to me and petty. Like, the man worked on the game. Like, what? And then renaming Kojima Studios completely different to Konami Electronic Studios or something like that.
That's what they named it now?
Yeah, they changed that, took his name out of there entirely.
I think he pissed on the Konami bonsai tree.
He said, "Oh hell no, bro, you gotta leave."
Apparently there was a Kojima tree, and that's taken down too.
Or maybe because they're bitter because he just left.
No, he didn't.
He didn't leave.
He's still technically he's still there.
Employed. It's just that he plans on not being there. He said that Metal Gear 5 is going to be his last game, as always. And something happened in between that where I guess Konami was just like, why don't you want to continue making games for us? He's off the PT project thing that happened because, well, I don't know what the fuck happened with that. I don't particularly care. I'm not a huge Silent Hill fan, but I understand why people are. So
it was back in March is when things really started to get weird because that's when they started to say, well, he's not with Konami anymore, but he'll see Metal Gear through as a contractor. And then things just kind of went downhill from there. Like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like we're going to find out eventually what happened, much like with Castlevania. You know, the man behind that now has a Kickstarter for another game.
Konami's just a bitter company that feels like if they don't turn a huge profit, then they're going to axe the hell out of you.
That's the thing. They don't have anything else that's really
They
good
have Metal Gear and Castlevania. All the other stuff they have is like really old, like,
and they have
Gradius.
Yeah, and they have crapped on Castlevania. Castlevania is shit now because of Lords of Shadow 2 in that DS game. Nothing that's been relevant with Castlevania in a long time. Metal Gear 5 is the last one that's Kojima's doing. And they'll continue on with Metal Gear after that, but it's not going to be a Kojima game. So it may be good, but you'll know it's not a Kojima game. And, I mean, what else?
The only other Metal Gear game I care after this is Metal Gear Rising.
Yep.
Which is not even going to be made by Konami. It's going to be made by Platinum again, hopefully.
I mean, they really
If it's not, then I probably may not buy it.
They really don't have anything else. It's weird. Like, they don't... I don't know what they're planning on doing. And I feel like Kojima is just going to... All these big publishers are going to see him being like an open contractor now. Sony is probably going to try to get him. You know, Microsoft's trying to get him to do a project or two. He's going to do his own indie thing. You know, he's going indie. He's already said he's going to go indie. Him and Guillermo del Toro are going to be working on something. Probably some other kind of weird...
They're probably going to make a movie game related to this thriller called The Village. It's okay, I'm going to tell you about this so you don't have to look at the trailer. God damn it, you have a very, very short-term memory. It's this movie coming out about these kids going to visit their grandparents or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that, okay. Sorry.
And they're like, yeah, as long as you stay in bed and don't get up after like 9:30, nothing seems wrong. And then they hear something and they go look and like their grandparents seem really fucked up and weird looking, almost kind of to a possessed degree, or like they're doing something that's not sane. It looks like this Goosebumps story that I can't remember the name of. It'll come to me though.
Sounds like Insidious, like that new Insidious movie with the kids.
Oh no,
it's
you
another
have to,
ghost
you have to
story.
let me hear this. Let me finish this. So like one of the scenes is like, hey, I need you to help me clean the oven, Derry. If you can just go ahead and get inside of it.
Wait, what?
And then she gets inside of it, and then she like closes the oven with the kid in it. And then it shows the name of it. It's called The Village. But here's the kicker. It's directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, no.
That was my reaction.
No, I thought he already did one called The Village. I thought there was another movie called that with him in it.
Nope.
No, wait, no. You're right. The Village. Yeah.
There's another Village. And Shyamalan. I don't want any of this.
Yeah, right here. Is this it? No, that is they were taking me. Yeah, this is The Village. This
The
came out
2004 movie.
Yeah, this.
No. Well, I don't know what the hell that is. Nor do I care.
Mystery, drama,
No,
thriller.
it's not called. Yeah. I don't know.
M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, The Village, 2004.
Man, that movie was bad.
Really bad.
When is an M. Night Shyamalan film not bad?
Signs? I've never seen it, but they say that movie's good. I've never seen it, but
Never wanted to see it.
Me neither.
And don't tell me Sixth Sense. All M. Night Shyamalan movies are only good up until the twist.
Yo, you mean the Visit?
The Visit.
The Visit.
That's what it's called.
And okay,
it just
That's
looks
something
like,
with a V.
yeah.
here's a plot twist. Grandma's just off her meds. There.
Grandma's off her meds. She hasn't had her pills.
Then what about the grandfather?
He ain't getting no pussy.
Not enough Cialis.
He ain't getting none of that sweet pussy.
Oh God.
Granddad,
He
what's
missed
wrong with you?
dialysis
Come with
for
some of that
3 weeks.
pussy.
But Konami. So,
That pussy.
jeez.
That pussy.
So yeah, I predict we will see.
That pussy.
We'll know what happened at some point once he is clear of Konami and able to do what he wants to do and Metal Gear's out. We'll find out what happened. It's going to be so. It could be that he was a jerk. It could be that this is Kojima's fault. We don't know, but I doubt it. His character over the years doesn't seem to be that kind of guy.
No, he's not. What's his name? From Team Ninja. Well, former Team Ninja.
Itagaki.
That motherfucker.
That guy's a douche.
He is a douche.
God.
That's why he doesn't have shit.
He's a douche in a dick with a crater face.
Douche in the dick with a crater face.
That motherfucker face is hideous.
It's like a moon with shades on it.
That's fucked up, man. It's fucked up because imagine if we get huge or something and we're gonna be like, oh yeah, we want to review Devil's Third, which I think he did. And he's like, oh, I have a crater face, huh, motherfucker? That's like,
yes, you do. Have you seen a mirror?
have you seen a mirror? We still want the game, goddammit.
Mm-hmm. Crater face, be that game.
Fucking pizza face.
Guys are mean.
Not as mean as Hulk Hogan.
Thank you, transitioner. 'Cause I guess we're gonna talk about it.
Oh, bad, yes.
bad. Okay.
Speaking of Hulk Hogan.
I don't really want to talk about it, but you guys say it has to do with video games.
It has to do with it because
It is.
Because as you know, WWE 2K16 comes out October 29th, same day as Halo 5, and it's gonna have a huge roster minus one person now, Hulk Hogan.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let y'all sit back and cook, and I'm just gonna be smelling the pot from the distance.
That's cool. Just let us be great.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Hulk Hogan is getting removed from WWE 2K16.
Yeah.
And he's getting removed from all merchandise.
Yeah.
And he's getting removed from history.
Yeah.
And WWE's going to go back and somehow remove from people's memories.
So that means you go to WCW and NWO comes out. They're gonna be missing a person.
Missing a person.
Hulk Hogan, it's just gonna be this big empty spot.
Because our favorite Hulkster, our favorite 80s hero.
Okay, I have to put one thing in.
Okay.
As soon as you said get rid of Hulk Hogan from WCW, the first thing I thought of was him with the belt walking doing the guitar, and it's just a fucking guitar wiggling up and down.
A floating belt down the ramp.
No. Not even that. It's just a big black spot. That's just big black obnoxious spot.
Vacant can finally reclaim his
Vacant
right.
can come back and be the greatest of all time.
He can reclaim his belt. His place.
And if you haven't heard, we're talking about the Hulkster because the man said some disparaging things
I hope they caught that.
on a sex tape that he made
Okay,
about
I have
8
one
years
question.
ago.
I have one question. Is it Hogan's sex tape or Brooks' sex tape?
Brooke has a sex tape?
This is Hogan's sex tape.
That's just as gross.
with
but
his like I think it was wife or ex-wife or somebody
No,
else.
no, it was his
someone
girl. It was his
else's
ex-girlfriend.
someone else's wife at this point. I think it was.
because I thought it was Brooke Hogan's sex tape with Hulk Hogan commentating.
No. Whoa.
Oh yeah!
God.
Look at that ass, Brooke.
Really nailing into my daughter there, brother.
So, and, it's not like he said anything that could be misconstrued. Like, they had this podcast came out when he dropped the N-bomb talking to some other guy. But, no, this is a little bit different than that because he literally said, I am a racist. Mm-hmm. To a point. Effing
N-words.
N-word Jim. And, it was like more than once. And apparently he was upset that his daughter was dating a black guy. And he was like, we could have at least been a basketball player if he's going to be black.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
So
8'1" billionaire.
You know, and there's just no way around. There's just no way around what he said, what he did. So now WWE has to. I mean, granted, what he said was yes in private, not in a public forum, and it was never meant to be public.
that is in Hulk Hogan's defense.
But since it is out there,
Yeah.
it's out there.
It's out there,
and there's nothing you can do. But
and it's funny because fans immediately point the finger at Vince McMahon. Because in 2005 in the segment, he also said the N-word to John Cena.
right, but
That wasn't in private. That was mostly for entertainment.
yeah, in context of it being characters and
Yeah.
being silly, and a white guy saying it to another white guy with a non-racial connotation, whereas this is just straight up.
This is just racist. Like, I hate N-words, blah, 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 N-word, N-word, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah,
Hulkamania's running wild all over.
I mean, Hulk Hogan is a legend.
A legend.
He
A
is
legendary racist. Got it.
he is a legend, and he pretty much just
Given what he said, yes, it is terrible, and WWE is right to do whatever they have to do to get away from this thing. It does kind of suck that he's one of the biggest stars. He transcended wrestling.
yes.
Okay, to go into video games, into other forms of entertainment, and for them to.
Oh, they're gonna get rid of Hogan's heroes.
How do you think with Hogan in it? Oh, Incredible Hulk's in trouble.
Oh wow! So what's his name going to be? Incredible Angry Green Guy.
Incredible Angry Green Guy. You know, it's
Incredibly pissed off Green Guy. I love that one.
Incredible Jaundice. It's gonna be rough.
They're gonna burn all the Hogan cartoon VHSs.
I feel like I don't know how you can erase someone as big as Hogan from everything.
I mean, it's Hulk Hogan.
I feel like he's gonna still be in things, but nobody's gonna ever say his name again. He's like Voldemort. No one will say
Wait a minute.
his name.
Imagine his match at WrestleMania 3 when he picked up Andre the Giant. It's gonna look like Andre the Giant slipped and fell on his back.
You know, this is, for as awful as it all is, I just had to talk about it because, first of all, it's funny as hell. It's so bizarre. Like, what the fuck is this? Of all the things. First Cosby, and now this?
Oh, Bill Cosby.
Who next from the 80s that's a hero? Okay, it was is Optimus Prime going to start throwing out slurs?
Optimus.
I sure hate
the hell?
I sure hate those Asian folks.
You know, next up, Barney found with 8 kids in his basement. It's like
I love you.
Jared? I mean, Subway. I can't even eat fresh
Right.
now. I can't even eat
Paula
fresh.
Dean?
I mean, I'm like, okay, well, Paula Dean, come on now. But anyway.
She always seemed like a racist. So
Look, man, I love her overloaded buttery goodness of food.
It's designed to kill the black man.
Clogged my heart and everything. My great-grandmother is dead because of her, and I'm thankful because food is that damn good. Paula Dean,
shut up.
you're my N-word.
Shut your dumb ass up.
So that's my. I've said my piece on it.
Okay, I'm
never
done.
forget Hulkamania.
Runs wild in every white supremacist.
And I will say, I don't believe.
This is why y'all fucked up.
I don't believe Hogan is a white supremacist. I believe he said what he said.
Now listen here, brother.
Oh, he's
Let me go grab my hood.
He's
And
going
we're
back
gonna
to
ride
TNA.
down.
I don't
town
think.
tonight.
I don't,
dude.
huh?
He's going back to TNA for sure.
Oh, TNA pulled all his stuff. TNA took.
I told you he's
everything
not
off the
saying
website.
what?
Yeah.
Nobody
TNA
wants to be.
too?
Nobody wants to touch
wants
him.
to be
Nobody
affiliated with
wants to
them.
touch
Oh, wow.
TNA is trying to recover just from being a shitty performance.
Yeah,
a crappy
you're
show.
right.
And then to have fucking numero uno racist. That's like saying, hey, we brought Rey Mysterio back because he killed a man. It's like, nobody wants to deal with any of that.
Okay, Rey Mysterio didn't kill that guy.
He-
That was a freak
He
accident.
didn't kill him.
Yeah.
He did kill him. It wasn't his
He
fault.
basically had a gun in his
It
feet.
what? At any rate, okay. We talked.
The 619 ends careers
So you know,
and lives.
So does the West Coast
evidently.
Pop.
it'll be cool to see. Maybe they can fill. You know, now 2K16 is down to 119 wrestlers. Maybe they can put fill that slot with someone else like vacant or a floating title or
Or they can get the honky tonk man in.
to put in there. You know.
Who knows who's in there? I don't care yet.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll move on.
Can we
now.
move
We'll
on
move
past
on.
Hulk
Yeah,
Hogan?
we'll move
Okay.
on. My cheeks hurt for smiling so much.
Dude, I got dizzy from laughing so hard.
This is bizarre. I'm sorry. It's like Superman coming out and saying, you know, I love saving everybody except for those people.
Except for the Asians. Oh, well, Superman hates racists.
It's like he's flying over like Metropolis. Help, Superman! I'll save you. And he like uses his supervision. He's like, oh god, those people are black. Well, all right.
That's dicey.
And he just
That's
keeps,
dicey.
And he
Nope.
just keeps flying. What are
Nope,
they
I
doing?
brought my wallet with me. Nope.
Superman? Where is he?
I lost my contact. I gotta go
My
find
baby.
it. Okay. What's the next topic, Chris?
The next topic of today's discussion: Rise of Tomb Raider. It's going to be on PS4 and PC in 2016.
Big shocker there.
Not really.
Not really.
Not
But
really. No, timed exclusive from the beginning.
Yeah.
Though, you know, it's still nice to get to play it first. Oh,
I laugh merely because people have the brain spans of like 10-year-olds or something. Like, this conversation didn't happen like
a year ago.
When they were like, Tomb Raider's an Xbox exclusive, and then they had no timed exclusive. They had to, like, the people who made it said it,
Yeah, it's.
and people were just like, all right, and then
Okay.
then the game wasn't shown until recent, and they were just like, it is an Xbox exclusive.
Which is good for them because this year is still going to get shit on by Fallout 4. So I think
Yeah.
it'd be good when it re-releases again next year for them.
It's gonna be shit on by everything, everyone, and everything. It is way too many games coming out for Tomb Raider's little ass to be just running wild.
Let's just hope it doesn't come out next year in spring with Uncharted because that'd be getting mollywopped.
Nah, it'll probably be another winter release.
That would be a very good idea.
Dave,
So yeah, seriously,
any-
be a fine title.
Davey, any thoughts on Tomb Raider since you don't like to speak on anything?
I spoke on Hulk Hogan, and
I know you spoke on the worst thing to speak on.
so get back to Hulk. No,
I'm surprised your horrible ass didn't say, thank God Iwata's dead. I'd be like, Davey, get out.
Okay, you're done. I'm like, you are done.
no. It doesn't really affect me as much because I own Xbox One. I knew it was going to be a time exclusive from jump. It gives everybody else a chance to play it. It's going to get creamed during the release of Fallout 4.
Just like
I think it's going to get delayed. I think they're going to push it back.
What?
I don't think
Tomb
that.
Raider? I think it'll get delayed.
I
You
still
think it's
don't
gonna-
think that.
Nah, I don't think. Nah.
Tomb Raider, Persona. Because
Nah.
you don't think Persona's going to get delayed?
Nah,
I don't think it barely has a date.
I don't know. I didn't know it was coming out. Wait, it's coming out this year?
It's supposed. The website says 2015. It's not coming out 2015.
Oh, I
Not
didn't
in
know
America. Hell no.
I didn't know anything. I don't know anything about anything.
Okay.
Why are we doing this podcast?
What are we doing?
I think we're done. So, yeah, good night, everyone. No, I'm kidding.
No.
No, but it doesn't really affect me as much. I really don't care. I'm still going to get Tomb Raider along with Fallout 4. So,
Same day.
yeah, absolutely.
Because we got our number one ballaholic who has apparently money to do that.
It's about saving.
While me and Steve are just like saving my ass. Me and Steve are just like, what are games?
Pretty much. Like
You guys have Batman. I don't.
Neither one of us own
Yeah,
Batman.
neither of us have bought the game.
Oh, that's right. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, shut your dumb ass
Gamefly.
up.
Well, I forgot.
Yeah.
You guys got Batman.
All I can do is hope to acquire these games one way or another.
Yeah.
I won't own
Something
Batman
big.
until next year
Yeah.
when it's Game of the Year edition. So I
I
can
won't
be
own
the
Batman
cheapest
till-
man possible.
I'll try to get it soon, I guess, but like,
You ain't getting that shit.
yeah, because you're gonna buy it for me.
You can kiss my black ass.
Have your mom get it for me.
And you can kiss her black ass. She can get you shit.
Maybe if I kiss her black ass, she'll buy it for me.
No, you getting a Coke and a smile. And maybe a smirk at that.
Okay, what kind of Coke? The drinkable one or the ones that snort?
A zero, nigga.
Oh. I don't like zero. That's nasty.
Man, the Hulk Hogan came out a little bit. I was about to straight up drop an ER on you. I don't know why. I'm glad I caught it before I even put an A on it.
You did. You
I was
did.
just
like, nah.
You were very good. You were
I'm like,
very
You're like,
no.
yeah. Oh, professional.
good.
You Nigerian? You not
I'm just gonna keep calling you. I'm gonna just keep calling you a Neanderthal.
The Neanderthal.
Makes more sense.
So, Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
That's a game.
I mean,
a game.
it's
Friends,
what it
no.
is. It is what it is. I'm just surprised. I'm more or less surprised by the outrage of people who are just now remembering this. I just love the community of gamers that just forget things like this.
Mm-hmm. Like that. Like how betas work.
Speaking of beta, Street Fighter 5 has a beta.
Transitioner.
They're so good.
Bam.
And yeah, right now it's pretty fucking terrible.
I think it finally went up though. I think Max is playing it online.
Guess what? It's going down tonight again.
Oh my god.
But I read that they're actually going to have multiple betas, or multiple times that you can play it.
That's good. That's good. You know, that's the point of a beta. You know, there's no guarantee that these things are going to work just peachy right out the gate, because the point of a beta is for it to be, it's going to be screwed. It's not the final game. It's going to be screwed up in some way.
Mm-hmm. People see the beta as like a demo.
Yeah, it's like, no.
It's like the game is complete, and here's just the little glimpse of it. That's what people see as beta. I don't think people understand that Street Fighter 5 isn't anywhere close to being finished.
Exactly. When you're a beta tester, it is your job to play the game in its current fucked up state, so they can learn how to unfuck it before it comes out.
Unfuck it.
I can see if it's fucked when it comes out, then we got a problem. But it's right now. It's just a just a slice of what's to come, so you can see how it is.
Pretty
Granted,
much.
I mean, it could have been a smoother initial launch, but this is their first time really doing a beta ever. I don't think.
The funny thing about this, I read that they're gonna have like updates for new characters and stuff as the months go on. So it's not gonna be called Super Street Fighter 5 or Mega, whatever.
We were talking about the beta, and you talking about the full release.
Well, I just thought it was something interesting to bring up.
No.
It is.
It is. I mean, I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying
Get off me. See, I have my moment to shine just one time. And Chris, for some reason, always has that fucking missile, and he shoots me down, and I fucking just nosedives right into the fucking mountain. I just fucking explode. Boom! He just fucking killed me. Killed my fucking momentum. You can have it. You can have it. That's you. Go ahead.
Luckily, I always carry a Halo 2 rocket launcher with the lock on.
Oh, I hated that fucking rocket launcher. Did you hate that shit?
Oh, no,
my god.
As you hated it, I loved it because I was lazy.
It was cheap.
Yeah, that's why I used it. So I was
They
able.
don't do that anymore.
No, they
they
didn't.
don't.
It was only in that game.
The good old days.
So
But I didn't have to aim.
I know, just bloop, 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 bloop.
I ain't got no skill.
Anyway, David, the only reason I said that is because your timing was kind of a little off.
Okay. I give you that.
We couldn't really get to our crescendo or point about it.
And you kind of jumped the gun.
But it's okay.
Way too early.
But it's okay because hey, you linked two things together.
No.
You're like Transitioner Junior.
No, I'm a bad transitioner.
Just like Weenie Hut Junior.
No.
Okay.
I'm even like, what is Weenie Hut? Is that
Okay.
a SpongeBob reference? I don't even like SpongeBob. Get the hell off me.
You're great.
No, don't touch
you're
me.
a big addition to
No,
this team.
I'm not.
And we love you.
You guys are the best talkers. I suck at everything.
No,
You do
that's
suck.
not true. We're not the best talkers. I can't just go on for an hour. And
Dude,
talk
I swear to
about
God, I
nothing.
think you guys talk to the people at E3 and conferences and shit and just suck their dicks or something, and you just get all their knowledge, and I'm just sitting here just...
Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa.
Allegedly.
Alleged. You're being ignorant.
I knew it.
Allegedly.
I'll read IGN. That's boring. Oh, okay, I'll read that. Okay, that's cool. We're gonna talk about that, and we don't talk about it.
So, okay.
Hey, you want to know what happens through my mind? You guys have more news in my head than I do. I haven't looked at IGN in weeks.
I check it every day.
I check it sometimes.
I don't even check IGN's YouTube.
I check that. I check Twitter. I check other news
You know
sites.
who's
that
my
go on
source?
YouTube.
Fucking Destin Legary. As far as IGN
For
goes.
I can follow Ryan McCaffrey.
Destin Legary is definitely my favorite person at IGN.
Oh,
why?
glasses?
Because he was at Screw Attack.
No glasses.
I don't know who the fuck that is, Tom.
The guy who did Hard News.
He did do hard news.
Oh, I remember Hard News.
This
It's Hard News.
I forgot
Shout out
that
to
was-
Destin Legary.
I forgot that was him.
He was definitely
I remember that. That was pretty cool.
he's definitely one of the guys.
I used to watch that all the time. Too.
So far.
That was my news.
So far
That
off
was my news,
base.
too.
Like way off base because of Davey.
But okay, back to what we were talking about. How the beta is kind of fucked, and how the beta is fixing. So yes, the beta is in its form. It's playable to the public, and it has training stage, has an extra stage, a New Zealand stage, and it has pretty much the roster from the E3 build. Fantastic. Now, before Davey can go on to his point, because he brought up an interesting point that we will definitely discuss, because it needs to be talked about. I am the only one of like 700 people, or 7,000, or however many people are trying to get into this beta, that have actually played it beforehand.
And Chris is special.
for hours on end
At CEO.
at CEO, which was months ago. Even though it wasn't months, it was probably weeks.
It wasn't that long ago.
Months ago, like last September?
It was years ago, and
No, it was like June.
man, June of 23, and 23 BC. Great times, Jesus Hyatt. Jesus and I.
Okay, nope. Stop it right there, Ricky.
Did I ever tell you how we beat the Houston Rockets?
Oh my
James
god!
Harden in the pickup game. Did I ever tell you that?
Stop!
You and Jesus beat James Harden in a pickup game.
I am so done.
Okay.
You make my back hurt.
Oh my God, it's like Space Jam, but with the Bible.
Jesus, shoot it. No worries, my son. Swoosh. Perfect swish every time.
That was the first Mr. Fundamentals right there. Okay, this is blasphemy. This is blasphemy.
I was like,
He would
man.
have the very basics down, and it would be the perfect.
I was like, man, Jesus got
the
game.
perfect point guard. Okay, continue, Chris, please. With your...
But I played it at CEO for at least 3.5, maybe 4 hours in total.
How's it play?
This game is first off very fun. It takes a lot of the dumbness of Street Fighter 4, where it's like overly difficult to do simple combos. It makes the combos a little bit easier for newcomers, but yet still a little difficult, so it's some sort of challenge. And most of the game is not centered around trying to be perfect. It's trying to be thoughtful in what you do and make your decisions correctly or get punished for it. So it's really fantastic on that end. Supers are these big feats. I think right now supers do a little too much damage and they don't scale like they should. Other than that, I think it's cool. I don't like Ken's hair
No one likes Ken's hair.
or his face.
His face is fucked.
I think I like his new look.
I like his look. I don't like his face or his hair.
Anything else but that? He's a butterface right now.
He is the butteriest of butterfaces. That motherfucker could look like a goddamn biscuit because he is sommed up with butter.
Someone put, what's the monkey with the blonde hair from Donkey Kong?
Dixie Kong?
Someone put Dixie Kong's head.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. That was kind of funny.
Ew. But no, I think the game is phenomenal for what it is right now. It's hella fun. Like, I am so sold on it. At first, when I first played Street Fighter, when I first saw Street Fighter 5, not played, I was like, I don't really care. It's gotta wow me, and it didn't really wow me. It just looked like a fighting game.
Right.
I was just like, this looks like a game. Now the more I see it, the more colorful it looks. They announced a new character at EVO. They showed Ken, who they announced at Comic-Con. They showed Nakali at EVO, and he's got like dreads and like Asura's Wrath supers and stuff, and he looks phenomenal. And I think they're doing the right thing. I want more new characters though.
Mm-hmm. Like Third Strike.
I don't think people understand that right now. Yeah, it's cool to want your like character from whatever game, but they can't do that because it's like a time. They still have some sort of weird story in line, and characters progress throughout the time and whatnot. And you can't just keep having the same characters in it, or else you're gonna end up like Street Fighter 4, and you're gonna have this huge roster, and things will get a little uneven and a little annoying at certain times.
So there is a story to these things.
There's always a story. There's more. Okay, I was gonna say there's more of a story than Tekken, but Tekken has like this monumental story that just makes no sense. To be honest, that's how much of a story it has. It got to the point where it's in Saw. It's like,
Oh God.
Yeah.
Actually,
Machine was a fucked
I
up
take that
family.
back.
Bam.
Saw makes more sense than Tekken.
What? What?
It does.
It's solid. It's stupid.
I'll put it like this. Tekken is crazy because of the Mishima family, but they have to put all the other characters into it somehow, and there are like 40, 50 characters in Tekken. That's the problem. Saw follows the same path, and they'll keep adding characters, but people die. So it's just like they keep moving the plot along with the central people. So Saw makes way more sense than Tekken. Completely unrelated, but just to be said. Street Fighter makes sense to some degree. And that degree is like 5. But it's like it's very weird. I can't describe it, but it has some sort of story.
Okay.
but I want everybody to give the beta a chance, and hopefully you can get past that press any button screen to actually play even training mode and enjoy it because it's fun. I want more people to play this because I feel like the beta is not just a way for them to test the game out, but it's also a way for people to be sold on the game. The PC beta sucks because you have to pay full price for a PC beta key, which sucks.
How much?
$60.
Full price.
Full price.
$64.79.
full price. Holy crap. Okay.
You have to pay $60. Smackers. Simoleons. Ducats, you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
You gotta drop the big ones on it just to play in the beta. For PC. Now, PS4, $5 and like a game dirt. Get your code, play it, you hate it, cancel it, who gives a hoot? You know, do your thing. Even people are giving schemes for Amazon in the same method. Reserve it, and then cancel it as soon as you get the code. Don't even give a shot to like let it sit. No, just be like, oh, code, get out of my face. That's how people are. So, now Davey can speak on the best news for this game so far. Not the fact that it's fun, but this news.
Now's your time to shine. Go for it. It's all you. All you.
Because you wanted to jump the gun, this is what I want you to talk about. Because
I can.
yes,
I can speak.
Do it.
It's good.
Oh my God. I'm gonna hit you.
No. Okay. But seriously.
it's good.
Okay, but seriously though, since I can finally fucking speak, they're gonna start adding new characters, within the coming months and stuff. But it's not gonna be called Super Street Fighter 5 or Tournament Edition or shit like that. They're just gonna keep it as Street Fighter 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much all I have.
Which is amazing. It's fantastic.
And we've been dealing with that for so many years. I mean, how many Street Fighter 2s are there?
Too many.
Too
And
many.
You can just unlock the characters instead of having to pay for them.
Pay for them.
I think Capcom is just learning their lesson from the last six years of controversy and ripping people off with on this DLC and all this and that and the Street Fighter cross-Tekken issues and stuff. I think they're beginning to. We're in that reactionary phase of Capcom where they're beginning to realize what people don't want in fighting games.
Right. Like, why get another game for just 2 new characters and a few new moves? Who cares?
That are already on the disc.
Right.
I think
that's dumb.
that Sony is the large part in this. Sony wants to make the best business model for a franchise as big as this that's strictly on Sony platforms to just be balls to the wall amazing in terms of every facet.
That's good. They need it. They don't have much else.
Yeah.
Look, as much as we say they don't have much else,
Push the Vita.
You have no idea how many people will always say, hey man, you should get a PS4 because look at the exclusive they got.
They have exclusives, but not until like next year. Like most of their exclusives are way down the line.
Hey, like I was just saying,
I understand.
There are just Sony loyalists right now, and these same people were Xbox 360 loyalists. So
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a PS4. It's still a fine system. Right?
Yeah, it's just it's something wrong with having a Vita like me because
What's bad is I was at GameStop the other day. I did get a chance to look into the Vita section. I was like, I wonder what games are still on this thing, or like have come out. And I looked at it again. I was like, there are games on this system that I would still play. Problem is, I just do not like the system. I hate everything that they did with it, and I hate everything about it. I hate the memory card. I hate how it was fucking AT&T. That was the dumbest fucking move. And at the time, it was only 3G, so that fucked everybody up. I hate that it has to do with Sony, and around that time frame, they had to bow heads because of that fucking PlayStation Network outage, and that was right around the time the Vita was trying to get some steam.
Yeah, oh man, killed this momentum.
It was all pretty bad.
I hate the fact that Uncharted got ported to it and was shit.
Oh god, don't get me started on that.
I hate the fact
that
a bunch of them were like lazy ports.
Just yeah. The Vita drives me crazy because they did the same thing with PSP at the beginning, learned from it, and then the PSP eventually became pretty damn good. It wasn't like DS good, but it was pretty damn good on its own. I would call the PSP a success.
I think the Vita, it's a great system. It really is. They could do so much more with it, but they just don't.
I don't understand how they screwed up the Vita so bad.
I do.
After having PSP be a success, you would think they would have went back and said, okay, here's what we did wrong with PSP. Let's not do that with this.
No.
We make consumer electronics for a living.
See, what they had ideas. Here's what they did. They sat in a boardroom. They had a bunch of meetings, and they thought about things that the Vita could do. And then they forgot to delete the things that Vita shouldn't do. And they just put it all in the same fucking system.
Yeah,
They're like dual analog sticks. And people are like, oh, that's good idea. It's like front touchscreen. Oh, they're absolutely crazy for that. Absolutely crazy. And it was like, okay, rear touchscreen. And they were just like, sure.
Okay, all right. Okay. There's that one guy's like, oh, touchscreen. Oh.
I'm not clapping.
Proprietary memory card.
No. Well, okay.
And they sat there and they're like, maybe we could get something else.
Has this worked for them once ever?
And then they thought, okay, cartridge-based games again. Oh, okay. This way you don't have to have the stupid disc. It was a good idea.
But they're this fucking tiny.
Oh, that's not the problem. The problem is you have to install the fucking games onto the fucking memory card.
Dude,
That's
which took an
proprietary,
hour.
You must have a memory card for it, which is proprietary, which doesn't come with it.
which costs an arm and a fucking leg.
$80, right?
For anything decent, for like a 32 gig. And it still does.
$80 for a memory. Dude, I never got around to it.
I was gonna ask you if you think you'll see Street Fighter 5 on Vita.
No.
Or at least crossplay.
No.
Nope.
Yep, I don't think so.
Nope.
They
gave up,
that
bro.
ship has long since sat.
Vita is quietly retired.
They tried that with Cross Tekken on PS3, and okay, it actually worked. But
Oh, they did. I forgot about that.
here's the problem: nobody has a Vita in America. Nobody smart has a Vita in America.
It was a gift. It was a gift.
If it wasn't a gift, would you have it?
No.
Yep.
Exactly.
Moving on.
It's stupid that you can't play a lot of PS1 titles, that you can't play a huge number of PSP titles. They completely erased the backwards compatibility out of that because they said it would have been too hard. I get that. That makes a whole lot of sense because of the whole weird, the format that they used before.
The nature of the programming. It's just hard.
I get that. You got to move forward. If you're using a piece of programming that doesn't exist into the realm that you have, then by all means. But the digital titles, they couldn't use some of the digital titles that they had work specifically for PSP on there. They wouldn't. Here's the fucking kicker that pissed me off a lot. Was literally the PS1 thing. The fact that they had a chance where you could put PS1 games and they had only select few, and then they opened the floodgates. They opened the floodgates and you could put anything, and they worked. They fucking worked. And then they just took it off.
Makes no sense.
Because it was never supposed to happen. So people knew that it could happen. And it showed that it could work. But it was never supposed to happen. So it makes you wonder, why did you just not leave it up?
Well,
Why take it down?
why even do it in the first place?
Exactly. All they did was a fucking format of mistakes. Left to right. Left. That's why the Vita sucks. I just want a Vita 2 at this point. Or a fucking new...
You will not see a Vita 2.
Or a
will never be a
PSP
Vita
2.
2.
Because they got the right idea.
You will no longer see another Sony handheld.
They seriously
put it
need to
out
give
there
up
right
on
now.
creating handhelds.
That was horrible. I love the PSP. I really did.
Me too. Oh my god, that thing was
They-
amazing.
They are going to be done with this shit unless they decide to go into another gaming mobile device. Because I think the Xperia Play had a good idea, but I think in today's technology, an Xperia type of machine will work better because you can do a lot more interesting looking games now than you could 6 years ago.
My problem is Sony just tries to be way too visionary, but they're not as visionary as the way Nintendo thinks. They're
trying to think like Nintendo.
all they had to do was literally just put another analog stick on a PSP.
With like
with
more
maybe
horsepower.
two more. Literally, they could have did like 2 extra bumper buttons or something like that, and another thumbstick with better,
graphics, and that's it.
and it would have sold like
You got it.
hotcakes.
Never
No
had that.
no UMD. Not proprietary memory.
That's the thing. Sony has to. Sony has always done proprietary. Sony has never had a device that never used anything that wasn't made by Sony. The only time it's ever worked for them was Blu-ray. That's the one time. having their own shit worked, and they just going off of that like, well, it worked that one time. Let's keep doing it.
Memory Stick Pro Duo.
Failed.
But you could use, but they had it for cameras though.
Sony cameras.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I didn't know that. I just knew it was for cameras as well.
Yep, just Sony cameras.
Oh, well, they're stupid.
Yep, only Sony cameras. I mean, let's.
But then why was it so much cheaper than like?
Because there was a lot of Sony cameras. There's
Oh,
only
yeah.
one Vita with one memory card for one Vita. It also happened to work on Sony printers, and it had memory card slots and computers. It had more than one purpose.
Only
So
on
that's-
Sony products.
So, yeah, only on Sony products and only on memory card readers that have Sony memory card duo slot in it, which is fine. This is one memory card for one device for one purpose. That's it. It's like, let's go to the history real fast of their bullshit. Way back in the day, Beta didn't work out. Mini discs didn't work out. I think they had laser discs. I think that was some of their thing too. That was Philips.
Laser discs.
Yeah.
They're like huge records.
You know, memory sticks, the blue. It's like Sony just has to be their way. It's like, come on, man, throw an SD card slot in that bitch. You know,
It can
Nintendo
even be
says,
micro SD. And
yeah, it's odd. Nintendo. It's like where it was like the reverse with Nintendo, whereas their home consoles, everything has to be like a Nintendo thing. Like even their discs or even Blu-ray discs on Wii U, it's a high capacity proprietary disc that's not a Blu-ray. Whereas with 3DS,
they don't want to give Sony the satisfaction.
yeah, with like 3DS, it's an SD card. It's just an SD card, or even now it's a micro SD card, but everything uses. It's like,
That's
it's
why
so funny.
Sony's a failure. Whatever.
Anyway, yeah, hopefully Street Fighter would be a nice little boom for them. You know,
Damn, you even just went back to Street Fighter. I thought we were just ranting about the Vita and then gonna move forward. But whatever.
we'll move forward. We're done with Street Fighter. We're done with that. Let's move to the next thing.
The final thing we're gonna talk about is it's 2015. It's almost August. What games are you? If you had to pick one title,
If you had one shot,
one shot,
Mom Spaghetti.
one opportunity,
It's ready.
to seize Mom Spaghetti, would you capture it?
I would capture my spaghetti. It comes out November 10th.
What title would you be getting if you could only get one this year? And Steve, this is very literal for probably both of us because we may only be able to get one title this year.
Mm-hmm.
Davey, Mr. Baller Tycoon over here is going to get at least 40.
And for me too.
I know, we're each getting 40 games. He's
And
not
the
getting
way
it.
I laid the pipe and you still say no? No.
Oh wow. Okay, so everyone knows now.
So, Davey, if you had to pick one title, one sole title,
One game.
what would it be?
Fallout 4,
And
Great.
why?
because that game is fucking sweet.
Okay.
Okay, like all right, you can build your own house. You could put turrets on it. You could. Oh my god.
I don't understand why. It's a maple thing.
Turrets.
Turrets.
Turret.
There is no N
Turret.
in the word.
I like
at
to
all.
say turrets. Turret. That sounds like I'm saying Tourette's.
No, you're saying Tourette's like that. You say turret, not
What?
turret.
Shut up. Anyway.
Turret.
Oh my god. Fully customizable facial features. That's pretty cool. I like that. I just like Fallout. I enjoyed the last Fallout game, so I really can't wait for this one. And you're an asshole.
I just did the whip. What's wrong with you?
You almost punched me. Stop. Yeah.
And Steve, what one game would you get?
One game, it's got to be Fallout 4. I love Fallout 3 so much. I was completely taken by the everything about it. I loved everything about that game. So I'm just really excited to play this one. Like Davey said, base building. Really excited for that. I love that you can trade in between the posts. There's like a trade routes thing going on. Like that is just really cool to me. You can kind of make the game what you want. You can do the story. You can explore. You could just keep building shit if you want to. You can do whatever you want. It can be your game. It's your Fallout 4. Really, really hyped for that. Fallout Shelter is coming to Android next month. Really excited for that so I can play this game.
You'll get bored, but it's fine.
I probably will, like with most mobile games. But at least I get to try it.
I don't know how long. I think one of my people was sent out there and they're probably dead.
Probably.
Probably got killed by a rat roach because they suck.
I'm just really excited.
Get killed by a
I
rat
love
roach.
that. I love that base building stuff. I was gonna say Metal Gear because I really like what they're doing with Mother Base and all that, but it's just Fallout for me just is the top.
Yeah.
I'm literally taking 2 days off work somehow in a row. I can't even take vacation time then, but I'm gonna just get those 2 days so I can play that game.
That game is gonna definitely ruin my life.
Oh yeah. What about you, Chris?
What comes out this year
A lot
besides
of
Fallout?
stuff. A lot of stuff.
Because unlike you two, Fallout is actually not even in my
I
watch
know.
list.
I know. It's
I
not
know.
your,
You
not your,
don't
not your
like
bag. It's not your bag, man.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get shot as soon as I leave the vault. Because that's what
No,
always happens.
it's not. You be met with a robot that will know your name.
And then I get shot by the robot that
No.
knows my name.
No.
If you
That's
shoot
how-
it first.
That's how horrible the game is. It's gonna be like, you're an enemy. Pow, pow, pow. I'll just die. That's really hard. Metal Gear will probably be at the top, but I'm gonna give it to the one that nobody's expecting. It's still gonna be Rare Replay.
the rare replay.
Yeah.
The
But
one-
Battletoads all day, every day.
It's 30 games in one. You get Jetpack Gemini, Banjo Kazooie, Jetpack,
Jet Force.
whatever. Who cares? I'm not gonna play it. I hate that.
You're
game.
thinking Jetpack.
I'm gonna play it.
No, it's something just called Jetpack, but I've never liked Jet Force Gemini, but ooh, yeah, I farted, and yeah. So I mean, it's cool. Whatever. You get the one thing that makes me really want it is Conker's Bad Fur Day
Hell yeah.
and the N64 glory. And you get Perfect Dark, Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Tooie, Banjo Nuts and Bolts, Grabbed by the Ghoulies. You get what is that name of that unicycle game?
Perfect Dark. You should Perfect Dark already.
I think even Perfect Dark Zero's on there.
Oh, that it's on there too. Yep.
Viva Pinata.
Yep.
Viva Pinata 2 is on there.
I've never played that either.
Wow. It's gonna be like a bunch of discs.
No, it's one
No,
disc.
just one disc.
Holy shit.
It's one disc. I think it's 50 gigs. 50
Wow.
gigs.
I was
30
imagining like 30
games.
separate installs.
It might be. I don't know how it's gonna work. They have a weird little like puppet show style like intro. It's like the rare replay. We're here to say, and it's like they're like singing and dancing, and it's like talking about like Killer Instinct is in it, and they're talking about Battletoads, and
I think this is like a reintroduction to Rare for people who didn't enjoy their stuff, if they were too young to play it or whatever.
Yeah, I think this is awesome.
There's
dude.
a whole generation of gamers who only think of Rare as people who made avatars.
and that's
and Kinect games.
and that's disgusting.
That's a crime. So this is great. I think that they are going to, be reintroduced to Rare. I think that we're going to see a lot more cool stuff from Rare, like that pirate thing they're doing.
Oh, I don't care about that.
But
I just care about-
beyond that though.
That's great. Still don't care about it. I just care that Conquer is going to be $30
And that
instead of
$100.
$90.
Yeah. So guess who feels like a dumbass for spending $80 on one?
It's okay. You couldn't have known.
You have the original copy though, so
Yeah.
that's what's fine. It's just one of those things where it's like, man, I don't have to spend $80. That's as sad as that is. I just don't have to spend $80.
That makes me wonder, will multiplayer be in that game though?
I don't know. I don't give a
That
fuck.
like
Yes,
Local?
it's
yeah.
a full. It's
Like
probably
local,
it's a
yeah.
full game. I'm sure.
It's gonna be interesting. Is it Is it remastered stuff or is it just the games?
It's probably
just plop up right on the disc.
I don't know.
I
I just know that there are games on the disc.
I have so many questions about this thing.
Hey, and it's $30.
I mean, it's a good deal. I mean, it's a
It's a
phenomenal deal.
sweet deal.
It's
Viva-
probably one of the best deals you
Viva
can get.
Pinata 2 is still $20.
Like I said, Viva Pinata 2 is about $20-$25. Viva Pinata 1 is about $6-7. And then, like I said, the original Banjo Kazooie is about $15. Banjo Tooie about $20. Conker's Bad Fur Day $80. Jet Force Gemini $5.
I still can't explain Viva Pinata to people. I'm like, just play it. It is weird.
It's like The Sims meets
cannibalism
Cannibalism.
Huh?
and pinatas.
And pinatas. It's like
It's a fucked up game, man.
it's a weird description of a game.
Watching Chris play it, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
I've never seen anyone play this game before. I've never even seen
It's one of those games where I literally just have to be bored to play it because it's.
He was Chris is the first time I ever seen playing that game, and I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?" And I couldn't stop watching. That was weird. I didn't know.
Because you're into watching people play simulation games.
Yeah.
And all I was doing was like breeding animals and trying to get them into my little pinata fair.
They started to eat each other and shit.
So
And I was like, "Oh."
He was like, oh look, it's a bird. He's eating the worm ones. And it was
You can't like name shit and then let it get eaten. I'm sorry, it's just not right.
your name's Craig.
Do they bleed candy?
Yes, they explode candy.
Oh,
You can like beat them with a shovel and they'll explode.
Weird. It's like, what the fuck had this
that's
idea?
awesome.
I never more weird ass games.
I wanna
like
play
that.
Hell, I was surprised Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is on there.
So was I. Actually.
Nuts and Bolts is on there. I always wanted to try that.
I was more surprised that Perfect Dark Zero's on there. Like, wow, really?
For me, Nuts and Bolts is the weird one just because it was never well received by people who know what Banjo-Kazooie is. Reviewers reviewed it and said, it's not a bad game. It's just that it should not be named Banjo-Kazooie. And it really shouldn't.
I feel like it feels like it wasn't a Banjo-Kazooie game, and they just kind of threw the name on there.
I read somewhere or saw a video about it, and I think it was and wasn't. I think it was the idea for Banjo 3, but they weren't going to go ahead and do it, and then they just kind of like later was kind of forced to doing it. Because apparently around the time like Banjo-Tooie was done and the thought for a third Banjo-Kazooie game was even thought in people's heads, they were sick of making platformers. They were sick of it. They had the games knocked down to a science. They just didn't like creating them. They said they lost all joy in making them.
Damn. Wow.
Okay.
Because and they said it never felt that way until like, especially after like Donkey Kong 64 was made. They said they hated every bit of it. They hated it because of the way it was set up with because it's a rare thing when it's a rare thing when they make the games like that. Like when you play Banjo-Kazooie or you play Banjo-Tooie, the sole purpose of a lot of those games is to collect stuff. Solid platforming, fun enemy design, fun level design, quirky humor, colorful atmosphere, interesting ideas, and collecting. A lot of collecting.
Like Lego games.
This is just as bad. And then Donkey Kong 64 came out, and it was like 6 characters, all with 6 different collectible.
Oh, that was a
things that you
pain
had
in the
to get.
I forgot
ass.
Rare was behind that.
Yeah.
I did not like Donkey Kong 64 at all. I thought it was a horrible idea.
I don't like it either.
I don't understand why people do
I
like
thought
it.
it was just me.
I'm like, hey, if I don't like it and Rare don't like it, then y'all some special breeds. Like, cause this
I
Okay.
could not get into that game.
I kind of liked it to an extent, but I can understand why you guys don't like it because that game was ridiculous.
Do you think we're seeing a kind of almost like a resurgence, a comeback of platformers back
No.
into the mainstream?
No.
You know, I like with the
Ukulele is like the one thing, and it deserves to be the only thing next to like a new Mario Galaxy. And not even a Mario Galaxy, just
a new Mario, a new 3D explorative Mario game.
Because Nintendo's dropping the ball as far as like any solid like platforming thing.
Yeah,
People love Galaxy and they love that they were able to change the platforming genre up just enough, but still keep it the same where it's like just fresh, but it's not overly complicated and something different. Because Sunshine, as good as a game I think Sunshine is, people didn't like it because it was weird. Because of the weird jetpack. Because of the whole idea of you having to clean apart. Which wasn't even the majority of the game. It was just the idea of you having to clean.
It just it felt tedious.
It wasn't even tedious. It was literally a Mario game with a jetpack. People just always think, oh, you just have to clean the entire fucking... It was Mario 64 with a jetpack. Except it was like Mario 64... like the lost levels. It was hard as balls. Like it was
I remember
unnecessarily
playing those
hard.
special levels where you had to go in and
The special levels are hard. The boo stage is hard because all the goop is like electricity, and if you stop like spraying for 1 minute, you're getting zapped and like a chunk of your health is gone. But It's just that ukulele is going to be solid. I have a feeling it's going to be fun and enjoyable.
Yeah.
And
What's the cat doing?
What was she doing?
I don't know what my cat's doing. My cat's being a cat.
Please don't walk on me. Please don't walk on me.
She's gonna walk on you. I should throw her on your dick. And that's literally it. I can't, like, if they were to bring Battletoads back, it would just be a beat 'em up. It would probably be like a new age Splatterhouse.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see. How much would have bet that they're going to be able to look and see the data of who is playing what the most on that Rare collection and
They
bring
are.
something back.
I know they are, because what they do is they have the hub for like Xbox One, and they have specific stats tied to each game. And it's like, all right, who's doing this? I know Twitch has their own thing now for Xbox. Say you're like streaming on Xbox One and you're playing Call of Duty, and say you're like one of the people that's streaming that has like one of the best KDs in the world. And you can like search specifically for that. So imagine somebody searching for Rare Replay when the game comes out, and then they imagine, okay, what are people playing right now in Rare Replay? You can search for that probably. There's going to be statistics behind it that are just going to be in plain sight that nobody thinks to look at, that we'll be able to look at. I don't care either way. I'm getting a deal.
Oh, it's a great deal. I'll probably
It's a damn good deal.
$30. I could get that game. Like, I could pick that up.
I'm definitely picking it up. Oh yeah.
Like, there's tons of games in there that I want to play. So, yeah.
There's tons of games on there that I already have, but I still want. Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Perfect Dark, KI2. I have all those games in some way, shape, or form, or KI Gold, or whatever the hell it's
But to
called.
have them all together.
To have them all in one big pack.
With 30,000 achievements.
As crazy as it is, I don't really care. I will go for them in the ones that I deem necessary, or at least achievable. And yeah, man, it's amazing to me. It still shocks me that they announced that at E3, and that was one of the biggest things that blew my mind.
A bunch of old games.
It's strange, that and backwards compatibility were
To play more old games.
two things that blew my mind the most.
Nothing new.
Yeah, I mean, everything new is going to blow me away, but it's going to be taken with a grain of salt. It's always going to be taken with a grain of salt. At least with the old, you know what you're getting, and you still like it.
Mm-hmm.
But the new, you have to like look at it, and you're like, okay, yeah, that looks awesome. But I gotta be a little bit suspicious of it, a little wary, and not blow my mind.
We'll see what the emulation does to these games.
Some of the emulation I've played so far is very good. There's only one game that I have that has really crappy emulation, which I think they're working on, is N+. But fuck PS4, just because they get N++. So fuck them.
N++.
It's the sequel to N+.
Oh.
Only on PS4.
I thought it was N+++.
I never heard of that one.
Well, you should have looked it up.
Hard as balls little platformer where you play this little ninja dude jumping across balls.
He
He knows what N+ is. He
I never
doesn't
heard
know
of
what
N++.
N++
Gotcha.
So,
All right.
whatever. I'm sick of talking.
That's it's been a doozy.
That's sad. That's the way I end it. I'm sick of talking.
It just turns it off.
All
Just
right,
fucking-
and I guess we're gonna have Hulk Hogan come and sign us out.
Ooh.
Who let all these darkies in here, dude?
Okay, dude.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. I don't like you people.
What do you mean by you people, Hulkster?
What you gonna do, black people, when me and the white supremacists of America come wild on you, brother?
Wow. Wow.
Get the guns? I don't.
Wow. So,
Get Booker T to whoop your ass?
I'm
Rap-
looking for Coco Beware.
no, come
Oh,
on.
God.
Okay, no.
What's he doing these days?
Probably dead. With his big dumb dead bird.
Dead right next to his career.
Don't you walk on me, cat! Damn it. Oh, no.
See?
Oh, she's walking on me. Oh, okay, never
You
mind.
got too comfy. She was like, I'm coming for that penis.
Okay. Wrapping it up, Chris. Wrapping it up.
Wrap it up.
Some shout outs.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up like a Christmas gift. Shout out to Steve for showing up. Shout out to Simply Dave for still living.
Yay, I'm alive. Tomorrow's not promised. Always remember that, kids.
Is that applesauce? No, that's a candle.
There is
I'm
a candle.
hungry. Okay.
Shout out to myself for being the biggest sexy panda you've ever seen. Shout out to 5 Frames of Glory.
5 frames.
Check it out at 5framesofglory.com. It's going to be a lot of things that I have to work with. I'm going to be going to a tournament next week
The 15th.
for Marvel and... No. Next week.
Next week. Not
I'm
the
going to a
15th.
tournament in Columbus next week.
Oh, yeah. The first?
Yes. I'm going to be playing in Mortal Kombat and Marvel. I said okay, here's before I close it out, I went to CEO. I got fucking bodied. I got blown up. I got beat to shit. Yes. Yada yada.
He lost his smile for a second.
I lost my smile for a minute. I literally said I'm gonna stop competing in games. That's how serious it was. I was like, this just ain't doing it. I feel like I lost my spark.
No.
That's what it felt like.
Well, you played against guys that were really, really good.
Sure.
He didn't.
I didn't.
It's okay.
I had to just make a change in gameplay and characters. Who knows? But right now, I think I figured out what I need to do. I train with one of the best Mortal Kombat players in Cleveland. His name is Grills. This man went to Evo and almost made it out on... He was in like top 94 or something like that.
Oh.
He's a very good player. Plays Jax. I've trained a lot with him. I'm probably going to train with him soonish. And as far as Marvel goes, Marvel isn't dead. I'm going to pick it back up and start playing Marvel again.
Oh my god,
boy.
the rage. I can already see it.
Online.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I'm kidding.
Don't do it. Come on,
I'm
man.
kidding. I'm not playing Marvel online. I will never kill
You
myself.
were not a nice person when you played that game online.
You were so mean to us. Oh my god, he beat us.
Let's give me your face, Jimmy.
Look, it's fine. Okay, y'all gonna get really mad at me in a second. Because Steve already noticed it happen. I'm picking Street Fighter back up.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Steve, you saw me play, though, and I was winning.
You were winning. You were doing good. You were doing good. I just don't want you to get so mad and hurt me.
Please don't get mad. You're scary when you're mad.
It's fine. I just won't pick Makoto.
Please. You're making it so hard on yourself when you pick her.
I know. But she's good.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. She's actually much better in Ultra.
It's bad.
Don't just say it's bad. She's much better in Ultra. That's not the point.
Okay.
Anywho, back to 5 Frames of Glory. Organization in Cleveland. We're actually getting a business document or something like that soon. So we can be a legitimate business, and during tax season, we won't get fucked.
Oh, good.
Yay.
We have an event on the 25th at Buffalo Wild Wings in Cedar and Fairmount
Oh, that's awesome. Totally be there.
for NBA. So if you want to come out there and just support, get wings, beer, sports, games, and and it's for money. So if you like playing basketball games, I think it is. Yeah, NBA 2K. There is no other 2K besides wrestling. Come out, play. I think we're going to try to do both systems as far as like people to play on. We're having an event on the 15th
Of August.
at the Cleveland Public Library. It is a free-to-play event. We're going to have tournaments there, and like I said, it's free to get in. There's no money that you have to pay. It's just to compete and just level yourself up. You're having Ultra Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat X,
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat X, and Super Smash Bros. Wii U. And, of course, the main event. Come one. Come fucking all. Because the three of us are bringing back the Random Select Tournament.
Oh!
And we want everybody to play because it's going to be hype.
It's gonna be so hype. The hype is gonna be so real.
I really don't think y'all ready. It's going to be streamed. I don't know the Twitch name. I will get it and I will put it in the description below, and you guys have to check it out. Check us out on Facebook under SFXX Game Lounge. Look at the YouTube SFXX Play. Check out the Twitter SFXX Play. Check out my ass on X videos.
No. I went tube 8.
I'm kidding about all this.
Under gay. That's what I'm under.
I think I'm on one of those sites. I gotta be.
That's
I
great.
haven't seen you yet. Oh.
I'm looking. Where's Davy's penis? Give it some good reading material.
Reading material?
Yeah, I gotta,
No.
gotta read that dick.
It's like the Dead Sea Scrolls. Anyway.
I think that's mostly the shout out. Shout out to everybody that's been on the show, previous and prior. Shout out to all the fans. Shout out to DJ Galax, who is a DJ in California, holding it down, making some awesome music. Huge supporter. I support his work. He supports ours, vice versa, yada, yada, yada. I want you guys to check his SoundCloud out, djgalax.soundcloud.com. Get hype. Shout out to Malik for being a bro and just living it up in California. Coming back this winter, going to be on the next SFXX podcast. We're going to have him playing games and shit, and he better not flake out or else I'm going to punch him in his dick meat.
Yeah, Malik.
Double clap for the win. You
So
late.
late.
Let's do it again. One more time.
Nailed it. Anywho. Nailed it. Anywho. Y'all stupid. Nailed it. Shout out to the fact that we're going to have people from 5 Frames of Glory collaborate with us on our next top 10 worst fighting games.
So
Part
exciting. Part 2.
I talked to John. He said they are all for that.
Thank God.
So it won't have to be just us playing the worst fighting games.
Thank God. That was.
But we're still gonna have to play the worst
Yeah,
fighting
they
games.
earn
So it's gonna be in our face.
They
No
get to
matter.
earn those swanky shirts.
Hey, those shirts are not swanky. I will show you in a minute so you can get the gist of it. But shout out to everybody who supported us, and we thank you guys 100 million billion gajillion times over.
We love you. Just stay
for
with
listening, continue to watching, doing everything. And remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, put it all out there. Put yourself out there. Get naked. Just fondle yourself while listening to my voice. I don't even care anymore.
I'm already horny.
I came. It's late.
His name, it's simply Dave.
Oh, at Grim Gravy Davy. And on Instagram, SFX_simply_Davy.
That man's name in the shirt with the shoes.
He's wearing socks.
Shirt, shoes, that's all he wears.
Shirts and shoes and a hat. Foxy Steve. You can catch me on that Twitter at Mr._Snooty Foxx. All day, every day.
Balls.
Until he
Balls.
changes it.
Until I'm not gonna change it. Never change it.
Good.
Never change.
And of course the name Chris Panda. You can check me out on Twitter at MajorThreat16 because that name is still a thing. You can also check me out on the grams, the grams as SFX Major Threat. And I think I even have a Snapchat, but I don't remember what it is, so y'all ain't getting it. With that being said, we out this bitch.
Peace.
Peace.
Good night.